Hi, my name is Christian and I'm restoring an all-wind sailboat named Sea Spirit. In this episode, I'll show you what I did to cut and to restore a old rusted up anchor chain. I wanted to restore the chain and use it as an anchor chain on the boat. However, I ran into some issues in the process. So stay tuned until the end to find out my lessons learned.
We are at the bow of the boat right now, and I'm over here right under the main deck. And I'm working to take this chain out, but the opening is so narrow on top that I can't get this part through, which seems to be, just a destroyed piece of chain. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna cut it.
I removed several feet of rusted anchor chain. And then I soaked the chain in vinegar to remove the rust.
So you can see this is about, I want to say, an hour into the process, and it's pretty amazing, I'm not gonna lie. You can see the chain is actually starting to look a lot better. A lot better compared to, its counterpart. It's kind of, this is how the whole chain looked like, and this is how the chain is starting to look like. I pulled it out of the vinegar just so that, I can see how the process is going, but I'll just leave it in there for now, for a couple of more hours, and we'll see. I'll probably just leave it overnight. But you can see the difference. I mean, the difference is huge. This is how this whole chain looked like, and this is how it looks like right now. So, pretty amazing. This chain has been soaking in 5% vinegar, and I topped it off with 30% vinegar, just a little bit because I ran out of 5%. That one's been soaking in 5% vinegar for about 36 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this one out, put it over here, pull that one out, put it over there. I'm going to be able to see the difference. So we're going to start with this one. You can see the difference is pretty big. This part was not exposed to much of anything except for maybe this part of the chain. It's kind of connecting the chains. The chain that was in the bucket versus the chain that was in the plastic container. So you can see, obviously there's a huge difference. Yeah, the chain is looking pretty nice. Pretty happy with it. The whole chain has not been fixed, I want to say. Probably I'll have to use some mechanical scrubbing on parts of the chain that are rusted. But overall, I mean, comparatively speaking, you can see this part of the chain. It looks amazing. I'm not sure why some parts of the chain were good and some parts of the chain did not work. Maybe I should give it a little scrub to remove the top layer of the rust. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, you can see this. This is pretty amazing right here. It's just, it looks almost brand new. It's very, very cool. I'm guessing that some part of the chain might have been a little bit out of the vinegar. So that's why. Maybe there were, like a top layer that wasn't really exposed. Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Alright. So very, very impressed with the result. I'll probably keep soaking it. It doesn't bother me if it stays in the bucket. So I'll probably do that. Alright, let's see what the 5% vinegar did. It's gonna come with this little foam on top, which is gonna not make it look the greatest, but I mean overall, foam is gonna become a little bit deeper into it. So still not bad, actually. Yeah, you can see that it's funny, that chain looks a lot better. I want to say compared to this chain. You can see a difference, 100%. Wow. And that one, I just topped it off with 30% vinegar. This chain is working, it's fine, but it's a lot darker compared to the other one. Yeah, what a difference. That is actually pretty spectacular. Huge difference between this chain, which had just a little bit more concentration of vinegar, and that chain, which had very little. I'm gonna keep pulling this chain out. What a difference. This is pretty amazing. Obviously, both chains look a lot better compared to when we first started. But you can see what a big difference the higher concentration of vinegar did compared to the lower concentration of vinegar. This was 5% topped off with 30%, just a little bit higher concentration compared to that one. And yeah, the difference is huge. So I guess the verdict is use a higher concentration of vinegar to get better, faster results. I'm not sure if the brand matters or not. I was just looking at the content and whether it was diluted or not, but yeah, huge difference. Definitely go with the higher vinegar concentration if you're trying to rust film chain compared to a lower one. These have been soaked for the exact same amount of time. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll probably end up soaking that one in 30% vinegar too later on. Yep.
After soaking the chain in vinegar, it's important to galvanize it as soon as possible, since the chain will start rusting almost immediately. I also noticed that the chain had several weak links, and I was concerned that the chain might break and that I might lose my anchor. This already happened once in the beginning of the journey, when the ship lost its anchor, got carried closer to the shoreline, and then capsized. You can find the link explaining what happened here. Overall, the chain restored very well, and I decided to repurpose it instead. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.